What's going on, guys? I'm the Pokemon Fab 5. This is OldSchoolSin, and I am here with Just Play Pokemon, here to bring you guys the introduction to a new series that we'll be bringing you guys as much as we can. And JPP, please introduce yourself, sir.
Hi, my name is JPP, and I'm an alcoholic. Mama says I got a disease, and they don't know what to call it. No, I'm kidding. Hey, guys, this is going to be fun. It's a Powerlocke, and we're going to explain the rules of this Powerlocke today. It is something that, like I said, correct me if I'm wrong. But I don't think this has been done. If it has, then I apologize to whoever the originator is. I know people get a little sensitive about that sometimes. We're trying to do different stuff here on the Fab 5. And of course, that starts with something like this red and blue version Powerlocke.
So, the rules of a Powerlocke are basic Nuzlocke rules. Like, if the Pokemon faints, it is considered dead and you can no longer use it. It must be boxed or released into the wild.
Wild in a world. The other thing is, you have to nickname the Pokemon that you capture, and you only get to capture the first Pokemon of a new route. Now, the twist to that is, this is going to be a randomizer Powerlocke.
And we'll explain this a little bit later on because we don't want to confuse the people quite yet.
I love confusion. Mass confusion and hysteria. But no, really, we will get to that in a minute.
Alright, so the third rule of a basic Nuzlocke rule is you have to nickname all your Pokemon, ensuring of a stronger bond between you and the Pokemon.
Indeed. So, beyond that, I mean, it's really just a big, fat nostalgia trip and a different way to play the game. So,
and this way we're going to play the game is every Pokemon we capture has to have moves that are 50 power or less. So moves in Generation 1 like Mega Drain, which is 40 power, or the highest move that we can use is something like Karate Chop, which is 50 power. But this is only for Generation 1. In most other cases, probably beyond Generation 3, I would say, because there's a lot more of a diverse move pool that you can use 40 power or less to make it more of a challenge. So this is going to be a little bit of a challenge, like I've said like twice already, but it is going to be fun. Yeah, the move pool can be a little bit shallow. Moves like Quick Attack, Payday are the moves that we can use. We got to really use our heads a little bit and make sure that we're making the right moves here. So during the whole series, I'll make sure that I have something pulled up to say, okay,
we're basically screwed.
Yeah, we're gonna.
No. Sin's got a whole chart. Is what he's trying to say here.
Yeah,
Sin's got a whole chart of moves that are only 50 power and less. So if we have any questions, comments, concerns, Sin's going to be looking at it as a reference, and you guys can play along too. It'll be a lot of fun. I think this is something that could really take off because a lot of the older Pokemon games, I don't want to say they're easy, but they're a little easier.
Because of all the power moves that we have.
Right, so if we restrict this, if we limit this, then you've opened up a whole new set of doors to the game, especially when it starts getting a little bit harder at the end. You got to use your type effectiveness. This is before the physical and special split, so you've got a lot of things to think about in the first gen of a Pokemon game with these restrictions. So I'm excited to do it. And it's about time we start talking about the randomizer aspect of this. And
the randomizer aspect of this is we've randomized all the wild Pokemon. So what we were going to do is we are, for the first encounter of each route, we don't want to run into a Charizard into the wild that is like level 45 and has Flamethrower. And we can't really do anything about that. So what we've decided to do is for each encounter we get, it has to be of the first evolutionary chain. So it has the possibility of having those moves that are, of course, within the rules.
Right, so one of the things that you guys have seen in, like, for example, my Fire Red Randomizer Nuzlocke is you could see a Mewtwo at level, 14 or something in the wild. The levels stay the same through a randomizer as they would be for the normal Pokemon in the routes, but obviously they're swapped out for something different. Well, we took out the legendaries as far as that, so we might get some cool different encounters, but we're not going to see a level 2 Mewtwo and just be able to wreck through the game. We want it to be a challenge, and for those of you that are looking for a challenge, this is definitely something you can hop on and play along with us. That being said, like Sin was saying, with the first evolutionary chain, it's like you want to get a you can restrict it that way through the randomizer. So if you guys have any interest in that, then just let us know in the comment section too, and we'll explain how you use a randomizer to play Pokemon games. Maybe that'd be a cool tutorial, something like that. But beyond that, we want to get like an oddish or a Charmander is possible, or a Squirtle,
or a
any
Bulbasaur.
or a Bulbasaur. I mean, you know, but you're not going to see a Venusaur because that would be A, hard to catch, and B, if we did catch it, it would be way OP, even with the power restriction. So
yeah,
that's that.
And yes, we will have a lot of TMs. And the thing about this too is HMs, you can use them, but you cannot use them in battle. So you can only use them for like Surf, for example, when you have to go to Cinnabar. You can't use it in battle. You can only use it to go to Cinnabar.
Right.
So, and I think the only HM we can use is Hut in Gen 1.
I will HMO1 you.
I think that is the only one we can use actually.
Yep.
It is. I'm looking at it right now. It's the only one we can use. Moves like Scratch, Cut, Water Gun. Water Gun is actually going to be probably pretty useful in this because it is a pretty powerful move considering it's for its time.
Yes.
For some reason, I was talking to my brother about this too. He said Wing Attack was 40 power back in Gen 1, but I'm not quite sure. It says here 60 power, but I'm gonna take a deeper look into it and see what we can do.
That sounds like a plan. Last thing, the starters, they are randomized as well.
And we will choose each other's starters.
Oh god.
So I'm hoping we get something good. And I promise not to screw you over.
I don't promise the same. All right, so guys, anyway, we will see you guys for the first episode of this very soon. I will probably be putting a promo up on my channel, Just Play Pokemon, and this will be a full series on the Fab 5 as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and of course, you're going to see our shining, beautiful faces as well.
I had to put the makeup on.
Yeah.
Alright, anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you are a first-time viewer of the Fab 5, myself and JPP, hit the subscribe button for all three of us and the Fab 5 itself, like Galactic Elliot, Swami Studios, and 4GG.
We could sort of have a three-way, if you will. Me, Sin, and you guys with the subscribe button.
Yeah, I like that. Anyway, until then, I'm out.
Peace.